This is For Maine with Love, an Allagash Brewing podcast where we talk about beer, our community here in Maine, and things that generally make us happy. And I named this podcast Tappin' into Tuesday.
Whoa.
Even though it's Wednesday.
Tuesday? Okay.
No.
Wow, I was very
Tuesday.
confused.
I just wanted to. I just thought it feels like a podcast that could happen on a Tuesday. I don't know what it is about it, but we're just tapping in. Liz, I've got a secret question for you, and it's kind of about me. Have I worn out my welcome talking about Robert Caro's The Power Broker?
The thing is, the secret question, Brett, you wrote it down.
Yeah.
And I have it in front of me this time. So
Yeah. I know.
I think probably.
Okay, good. All right, good.
I'm going to officially say, Brett, too much on The Power Broker.
Well, guess what? I just finished it, so you don't have to worry about it ever again. It's all done.
Any grand takeaways?
Oh, God. Now I'm going to wear out my welcome further. No, I would say if you have an interest in reading Robert Caro's The Power Broker, it is 1,200 pages long. And if you're in after 30 pages, you're in for the whole ride. Oh, boy. But I would say the interesting part is it's just really good. And it's really money and relationships, Liz. That is what I would say is money and relationships. Okay. Money and relationships. All right, that's all I'd say. Okay. Good. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
My secret question for you that I definitely thought about before right now.
Okay, good.
You're at a bar. You're having a delicious pour of Allagash White.
Yeah.
What's your go-to bar snack?
Bar snack. I'd say fried pickles.
Ooh.
Fried pickles tend to be the thing where, like, if I see them, it has gravity. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, ooh, I gotta get those. But I also like wings, but wings are just so messy. Because I like bone-in wings, and so it's like there's no easy way to have a conversation and eat those.
Fried pickles are delicious.
Fried pickles.
I feel like they came hot on the scene.
Yeah.
15 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
But also, it's like all of a sudden, are you a fried pickle chips or a spear?
Oh, chips. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
more dippage. More dippage with chippage.
What do you like? A remoulade?
I feel like the sauce that I always get is kind of like a Canadian fry sauce sort of scenario where it's like mayo and ketchup and relish. Maybe it's a little more mustard. I don't really know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad time anytime you're eating fried pickles.
But I know what you're talking about with that, like coming on the scene. I feel like it was like the Northeast discovered the fried pickle and we were like just could not believe that the South had the audacity to do it. We were like, is it even good? It is good.
Was it the same time or before Brussels sprouts became on every single menu?
I believe it was the same time. It was
real
like
similar time.
Right around peak Brussels sprouts.
Peak Brussels sprout. Yeah, big Brussels sprout really made a push.
Yeah.
Along with big
But
pickle.
honestly, maybe they were close to extinction. And I don't know, where did that even start?
Well, the Brussels sprout, do you know the thing about the Brussels sprouts?
No, but I'm glad you do.
They changed somehow, not, I don't want to say engineered it, but they found the right the seed or some variety that took away the bitterness. Because it used to, in our parents' heyday, when no one loved Brussels sprouts, they used to be actually, I think, more bitter. So they made a better version that was more palatable. And then
Okay, what are we talking about?
we're talking about, to start, we mentioned this in the last one in our sports pod, but the Hearts of Pine game, we were there.
It was so fun.
That was awesome. They do such a good job. The energy, above all, is fantastic.
We got to hang out in the $3 Dewey Suites. $3 Dewey's is a great bar in Portland, and they sponsor the area right behind the goal. And so we got really close to the action.
Oh, yeah. Snacks galore.
Beer galore.
Tents galore.
Family. Super kid-friendly.
Yeah,
Kids
totally.
running around everywhere.
Awesome.
And they won.
First home win.
Yeah.
You're right.
We and the goal, we were right there for the goal.
Oh, man. A lot of cheering.
That was exciting.
That was great. Patrick Dempsey apparently in the crowd.
He's a Mainer.
Riling them up.
Yeah.
Famous Mainer.
He was wandering around. Matt and I chickened
Almost
out.
got a photo
We
with
almost.
him.
Oh,
and then
dang.
We were like, oh, gosh. No.
Let him enjoy.
His
Let him enjoy the game.
His force field of fame, like you bounced off it like a star
No,
was
he
destroyed.
was, he was
boom.
super
Yeah.
casual and just seemed like a regular guy walking down the thing. But then we were like, we'll be interrupting him.
Yeah.
Like, but he's used to it. But we'll be interrupting him. But we don't want to bother him.
should have bothered me. Oh, well, Patrick will have you on the show someday.
Here's the official
we hit
invite.
7 followers. Yeah. No, that's a joke. People listen to this.
We will, So I think Hearts of Pine has a great momentum. We're hosting a watch party for an away game in, I believe, July and September.
Nice.
So we will follow up with the details on that. Was just part of planning of that with our with Emily and our TR and tasting room. So more details to come there, but we've got lots of ongoing fun stuff.
Yeah, Kickabout Lager will be flowing.
Oh yeah,
so good.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then also momentous, a first-ish, because we've kind of filmed commercials like this. I feel like this, I want to say this is our first like commercial. Is that correct? Is that wrong?
I mean, we've had some that have been commercials, but I feel like this was like the first time that we were like on set and had our own little viewing monitor and craft services were not there, but it felt like they could have been.
We were in the craft service because it was in a bar.
We ate lunch after, so that counted.
We stepped our game up.
Oh yeah, the game was stepped.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, local crew.
Local actors, Samuel Lippman, Melissa Gabriel, and Zoe Wade. I want to call them out because they did an amazing job.
And Bill and Laura.
Absolutely crush it. Oh yeah, we got them on there too. We got local lighting folks, got local sound folks. Bill and Laura, our director, videographer team. Awesome.
We've been working with Bill for years, and he's just a joy of a human. And
very much so.
He gets us, and he comes in, and we give him all these constraints like, Bill, hey, we can only do this in 4 hours. Like, please help us. Yeah. And then he makes it look amazing.
He smiles and makes it look amazing and like has just like such a positive aura the entire time. Yeah. Where like if you start getting a little worried, you just go within 2 feet of Bill and you're like, I feel good again.
When Bill's laughing,
we were like, we need to shoot this in 1 week and it's due in 2 weeks.
Super normal.
Bill's like, oh yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, Bill crushed it. And so then also thank you to Great Lost Bear where we filmed it. So a little Easter egg if you see the commercial and wonder, that's a cool bar. Where is that? That's the first bar that ever poured Allagash White way back in 1995.
Yep. We also have some fun events with them later in July connected to our 30th anniversary. And so, big shout out, Great Lost Bear. Thank you for letting us come in like a...
Tell the premise of the video.
Oh, yeah.
We could like drop it in the...
Oh, yeah. We can do a little link to it. Yeah, exactly. So the premise of the video, honestly, the premise of the video comes from a very human truth that we have both experienced ourselves but found through like literal research, which is just that like when you approach a bar menu, especially for beer, it can be very hard to decide. Even if you know a lot about beer, and a lot of people don't know that much about beer, no fault of their own because there's just too much to know. And so we were playing off of that, order anxiety, you're faced with a big beer menu, I got to make a decision. And so we're just making it easy for you and saying, start your night with an Allagash White. Just
easy to remember.
Yeah. Yeah, great one. That was your line, Liz. I think you came up with that.
I just spewed that one day in a meeting.
Yeah,
I was like, marketing, start night with... Yeah.
Yeah, you did. And we were just like, yes, that's great.
This is going to go to start on Hulu as an ad break, 30-second commercial. So, and that will run in the Northeast. So everything New Jersey, Pennsylvania, north.
Exciting.
Really exciting. So if you see it, let us know.
Yeah.
Hope you like it.
Could also be during the Hearts of Pine games on
it might also
ESPN
be
Plus.
on Nessun and ESPN Plus during some of the games for Hearts of Pine.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It came out super well. I'm really, really pumped. And speaking of more local things, we have a new From Maine with Love beer coming out. And the cool, notable part about this beer, beyond it being a tasty beer, is that it's the first debut of a newly designed can for From Maine with Love. So we gave them a little bit of a revamp. We hit 40, and with the intent being we want to, if you know those cans, they featured beautiful photography by our very own Matt. But also they kind of just, they they were meant to be kind of consistent so that we could have them live on the same area and be just honestly slightly easier to brand because we were doing so many of them. And so the idea is keep those images, but also make them so they stand a little bit apart from each other so you can kind of get a better picture of like, oh, why is this one different from that one, sort of a thing.
And now they say stylistically what the beer is on the front.
On the front.
Watch out.
Yeah, so now you'll know what the beer is.
Yeah, I think that was one of the hardest things was separating them by style and knowing what was different.
Yep.
So, yeah, check it out. What's the image for this first one? Do we know?
Yeah. It's like blue.
But I feel like, is it fair to say that the glow up of these beers, it's like a little postcardy. Branding is one of those things that is like a constant evolution.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great to be able to be, I guess I'll say, nimble and sort of grow over time, because that idea was the Remain with Love series helped us so much on a branding front from a like, we do not need to come up with a name for every single beer in the tasting room. And I think we've talked about on here how challenging that can be. And these beers are like a lot of our innovation side of things. So they come out kind of quick, and we want people to have those like experiences with those beers in our tasting room. But when, you know, you'd get to the winter and there'd be like 3 beers with snow on them.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah. Yep. Hard to tell the difference. And
all of them tasted good with snow.
They're all, and all like really cool beers and design individually. But also when you start to look at the shelf, it's easy to understand why people were just like, I'm not sure what to do here. And so we kind of work really closely with the tasting room, get their feedback, and then tweak it and see if this helps. So,
and shout out to Stout Collective for this rebrand.
Yep.
They brought it. They took what we had and did multiple new spins on it, and they ended up with a really we kind of landed on a really awesome one. So kudos to them.
Yeah, and if you have visited our tasting room, we have a little postcard station that you can sit down at a desk, write a little postcard, stick it in the mailbox, and we'll get that in the mail for you. So if you like writing postcards, another reason to come to the brewery.
If you're a postcard enthusiast, we got everything you need.
Did those start with the Brussels sprout, the postcards at restaurants?
Maybe. What? Postcards at restaurants?
Yeah, you know, when you get your check, like a lot of restaurants will like give you a little postcard. And like my sister and I will always like pocket those and send a little postcard.
Yeah. Like I've never experienced that, or I just have never noticed it. That's funny.
You got to start writing postcards, bro.
Yeah, I guess I live under a rock. But for Remain with Love number 40, it's an Imperial IPA. We're dipping our toe. I think it's an awesome one. As Imperial IPAs go, this is an incredibly drinkable one. So I can't remember. I didn't write down the ABV. What is it, 8%? The thing I wanted to do quickly, though, is like I feel like you always see a list or a litany of hops on the back of these things, and you're like, what does that even mean? So I actually looked up each of these hops in like the notes that they give, because these are the hops that are in this beer. There is Nugget, which is citrus, sweet fruit, some cool things going on there. El Dorado, which is sweet fruit and green fruit. Sounds very interesting. Crush with a K, which I just love that. Yeah. Berry and currant, more of that sort of flavor with citrus. Chinook, which is big citrus, but also a little woody and spicy. Just a little bit of balance there. You know, it's not a spicy beer, just a little bit something extra. This is my favorite one, HQG4, which is Hop Quality Group 4.
Okay.
Actually, Patrick, I'm pretty sure, of Patrick Chavanel fame, is on that Hop Quality Group, where it's like they come up with new hops that can then be used by any brewery.
Yeah.
And so this is one of those sort of experimental hops that they're trying to come up with a name for. The former name for it was HQG 2015034-023. Anyway, but this one has
thiol. Password to something.
Thiol precursor. Oh man, that reminds me of Justinson. That's our. Do you know him? The guy for the Sea Dogs. He's one of our new players, but his name's Justinson, but it's spelled like JHOSTYNX, something like that, ON. And his nickname is the Password.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's the best freaking nickname ever. Anyway, this one's super tropical, the Hop Quality Group 4. All of this is to say, really tasty beer. If you're a fan of the big IPAs, this is a really good one. So check it out.
And shout out to our brewing team because that's like a lot happening, and somehow they make it taste super balanced and delicious.
Totally.
So come try it out.
Crushing it. I skipped the topic we wanted to say before this one. I'm sorry, Liz.
Well, we have a lot happening in the tasting room, and each year we make it ready for the summer. And so we are at that point right now of we're going to be open 7 days a week. Woo! Right after Memorial Day holiday. We have the backyard, which is our family-friendly space. Mm-hmm. That is already open, so come on by with your kids. It's been packed.
It has been like legit. Yeah. I was there this weekend, and it was a lot of people. It's a party.
Yeah. So I also heard, I hope we can keep this in, free popsicles on Sunday.
On Sunday. Okay.
So
I think 100% we can probably keep that in. Well, we got to double check, but I'm almost like, I feel like that existed last time too.
The other good news is I know we're keeping trivia because that has been a well-attended addition to our weekly lineup.
Personality hire trivia.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then we have music happening on Saturdays. And then we also have free beer samples on Monday, which have just been, thank you for coming to those. Those have been super fun to see how well attended they are.
Yeah.
So our hospitality team, your crew in the tasting room, pick a different beer to feature each week. Come on by, give it a taste, tell us what you think, and maybe you'll get a pour of it.
Yeah. And those are really fun too, because I think each of these beers has a lot going for it, and we try as a marketing team to make them as simple as possible to just kind of pick up off the shelf. But I think when you hear all of the different thought that goes into them, it's really fun to taste it and be like, oh, wow, I do get this, and that, and this, to kind of peek behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do.
And the crew in our tasting room is super knowledgeable. And so if you are ever like, what is, like, help me describe this, or I'm looking for something that tastes like, they just know a lot. And so they would be more than happy to help you.
They're here to help.
They are here to help.
They like to help.
Yeah.
Ooh, next one, exciting.
Blueberry beer.
Blueberry beer.
I don't know how much we want to get in the background. We've made blueberry beers before. We have Little Sal, which has been a
perennial
favorite.
Yeah.
But this is intended to be a little bit more casual than Little Sal. Could we describe it as that?
Yeah. I think, the background, at least in my mind, is like people literally ask us for this beer. We've never made a beer like this, and we have been asked for it a lot because I think we're in Maine, and Maine is blueberries and lobster and moose. So no one wants a lobster roll beer. No one wants a moose beer. They just want a blueberry beer.
Yeah. And blueberries. I think it would be safe to say our brewing team, blueberries are kind of finicky to work with. And I know our team has played around with a ton of different blueberry beer recipes over the year, and I think are finally feeling really good about what we're going to release.
Yeah. I think this is something like, I don't want to say new for us, but I feel like it represents something for us that's really exciting, where it's like, we are delivering very much on what you want from a blueberry beer. You see blueberry beer and you think like, oh, I'd like to have that on a warm summer day at a picnic. This is 100% that beer. It's like we actually add blueberry to it, so it's going to have a nice little almost like purplish bluish hue to it that's really inviting. There is it's underneath that, I think, just a really super drinkable beer. And I think Patrick has described it this way, and I really like it, a top note of blueberry. And all that is just to say, when you add like actual blueberry to a beer, it never tastes like blueberry. It's like gets a little bit of tartness. It gets a little bit of something else going on. Like if you've had Little Sal, it's a really good blueberry beer, but it's like a very complex sort of tart, interesting thing. It wouldn't scream like, oh, I just picked up a blueberry. Whereas this beer, it has that top note of the blueberry that's like, oh yeah, it's what you were thinking about, but it's also balanced, and I'm just really happy with where it is right now.
Like 5-ish% too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, super,
and not tart.
Not tart.
Yeah.
When does it come out?
When does it come out?
I think it's meant to be like around blueberry harvest season,
August?
so like August, late July.
Oh dang, you gotta wait. Sorry.
Yeah.
Get excited. Get hyped.
But I think we probably have blueberry wine.
Oh, yeah, we definitely have that.
Mm-hmm. Tap. So, yeah, we've always got something blueberry happening here.
Oh, yeah. Blueberry fans. Got something for them.
And I feel like the other thing that might be worth mentioning, we got a new hop water coming out.
Oh.
It's grapefruit.
Grapefruit hop water. It's right behind me.
Yeah, I keep looking for it. I think it's a good sign.
In the chair.
The marketing, there it is. The marketing team always gets a case of whatever's coming out so we can photograph it and, get the word out about it. And hop water got sent over. We got 2 6-packs and there's 3 left. And I think maybe we needed 1 for the shoot. So
I went through like 3 or 4 for the shoot.
Okay,
sure.
1 to shoot and the rest I was drinking.
So I think it's a good sign when the staff is pretty much gobbled up all the samples that we get.
This one is really good too.
It's so good.
Because the original hop water was good. This one's absolutely delivering on the grapefruit, but that hop sort of aspect of it is giving you a little something more. So good.
Yeah. And I think this is a pretty limited run of the grapefruit hop water. So if you are interested, it's coming out in the tasting room Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Which is tomorrow. You've got me all
Well,
confused.
it's Tuesday today. It's actually Wednesday. Tomorrow.
And so, come on
tomorrow,
down.
the 22nd of May, 2025. And also just a brief refresher, hop water is 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 calories. Hop water grapefruit. Find it in the tasting room. And the last thing, I want to put in a plug for our B Corp report. We just released our one for 2024. There is way more in it than we want or need to get into right now. But if you want a big picture, but also some really cool details about the sort of good stuff we're doing as a company, this is the report for you.
How do you find it?
How do you find it? Online at www.allagash.com/bcorp. No, you just go to our website and type in B Corp report in the search and you'll find it there. Or you could even type in Allagash B Corp report into Google's. I pulled these just because I feel like they speak to a lot of what we're doing, but they're also kind of more tangible, I think, to think about. So in 2024, we brewed with 1.69 million pounds of Maine-grown grain, which is awesome. It's also a very funny number because we can't seem to get to round numbers or just above round numbers. We seem to be able to get really close to round numbers because this is literally like 1.699857, where it's just like, just give me 1.7. But
give me 3 more grains.
Yeah. Put 3 more barleys in there. We gotten to it. But anyway, we're saying 1.6. I don't want to round up. And then, all right, we also, this is a big number.
This is huge.
Yeah. Take it away, Liz.
We, I guess, did the math.
We did do that.
We figured out that we have given back $5 million to our community since 1995.
Yeah.
And it's something that has always been important to Rob. And, in those early days, it was really tough to sell Allagash White. Nobody knew what this beer style was. And so I think, he would say that, like, in the beginning times, like, he couldn't give back much to the community. But as we grew as a brewery, the community has been there for him for so long that it just baked into the ethos of our brewery. And we tallied up all those numbers and realized that, since 1995, we've given back $5 million. And that's, like, pretty incredible for a independent brewery.
Independent brewery.
That's awesome.
I think we could do it, like, thinking of independent too, the more I've been thinking about that, like, that really is something that's becoming rarer and rarer and more special these days, of being a literally family-owned brewery of our size, especially.
Yeah, it's not easy out there.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising to me to see a lot of these sort of mergers and acquisitions and things like that. And Rob is holding strong.
We're doing it.
Super proud.
Still giving back. Yeah. Still, speaking of stills, still brewing with half the industry average of water. It's 3.4 gallons of water per gallon of beer. Just that one, I feel like still just is very tangible, awesome, a testament to our brewing team, production team. Like, across the brewery, water is used, and we have found ways to use less of it all the time. So crush it. So congrats, brewery team. And then the last one, 1,038 hours of community service time, 2024, for our 130 employees. So a lot of community service time.
Yeah, I've got some volunteering happening this week with Maine Needs.
Oh, I'm going to go to a beach cleanup.
Nope, you're not. You're going to go to Maine Needs.
I'm going to Maine Needs. Didn't know that.
I think it's supposed to be raining again. I think they're going to,
So we're switching it up?
I think so.
Okay. Cool.
So
Same
we'll go,
time?
I don't know, Brett. I just hear these things in passing. There's going to be a group of people standing in the rain at the beach for sure.
Okay.
We have, and our HR team has done these really fun sort of community days that gets everybody from the brewery involved, and we kind of split up and go out into the community and do a lot of
community day crew drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking the whole crew out and doing a lot of community stuff all at once. Yeah, it's awesome.
So we will, I'm sure, do just as much volunteering, if not more, this coming year. Yeah,
I think so. And check out the whole report. You'll see a lot more in there. Just like a little, note from Rob and everything else. And it's cool. It's fun to see it all together. I think it's a very nice reminder of like, wow, we do a lot of stuff. That's cool.
There's a podcast that I've been enjoying listening to.
Oh, is it called From Maine with Love?
That is a great one. Highly recommend. Good Hangs with Amy Poehler. Love that. There's something she does at the end where she asks her guests, like, what has made you laugh or smile or, like, brought you joy?
Oh, wow.
Do you have anything that does that? The answers are far ranging, I would say.
Yeah, I'm trying to think past, I'm trying to think of a good example.
Yesterday, I came across a video on the internet that like really made me laugh, and I've never had a cat, so I don't really understand cats that much.
Yeah.
But it was a compilation video of cats swatting babies.
Oh wow!
And it just made me laugh.
Like doing a little paw thing of like pop, pop, pop.
Yeah. But or like the kid would it was more aggressive. I mean, some of them were
like literally
but
swatting,
other than like it would like jump out from behind the corner and like
amazing.
take a kid out.
That's amazing.
And I laughed out loud for like a good 3 minutes, and then like proceeded to rewatch that video. And like, I don't know.
That's good.
I feel like laughing is important.
Oh yeah, you made me think of something that sticks with me because I feel like I found this like 6 months ago and probably showed all of you, but it's like continues to pop up in my brain here and there and just makes me laugh so hard. And it's that video of the husky with an Italian accent. Do you remember that? It is. Oh my God! Just type in husky with Italian accent, but it's like this woman who's speaking Italian is like, and the husky just goes, it's like the husky has an Italian accent. It is so freaking funny.
Yeah.
But it's like pure. It's one of those things where it's like there is nothing that can unless they're saying something in Italian that I don't understand. But oh man, so funny. Love that. Husky with Italian accent.
We can cut that out, but I was like, it's good to laugh.
No, that's awesome. I love it. Thank you, Liz. I would love to adopt that to finish out. Nice. All right. Thanks, Liz. This was awesome. This has been an Allagash Brewing production. If you have something you'd like us to talk about or a question for our team, just send us an email at podcast@allagash.com. And as always, thank you for listening.